everybody, Cinema Sickness here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. And today I picked up a few DVDs and some UNDs, so let's take a look at what I got. The first store I hit up today was a Big Lots, that's a few towns over. A store I don't normally hit up too often, I usually stick to my local store, but since I was out there, figured I'd stop in, see what they have, and I ended up picking up 3 DVDs, and the first one was The Green Berets. This is a title that I do currently already own on CED, but I certainly want to get myself a DVD copy as well, so for $3, had to pick it up. The next title I picked up was Battle of the Bulge. Once again, another title that I do already own on CED, but of course, another title that I want to get myself a DVD copy of. So for $3, had to pick this one up as well. And the last title I grabbed from Big Lots was Conga. Now this here is a title that I could not believe I did not own. In fact, when I saw this, I immediately thought to myself, I already own this movie, but then I started second guessing myself, so I had to pull up my phone, go to cinemasickness.com, and actually look at my collection list to make sure I did not already own this, because I just could not believe that I've never picked this movie up. And I know I've come across this before at pawn shops, flea markets, maybe even places like Big Lots before, and I have no idea why I never grabbed this, so for $3, had to pick it up and finally add it to the collection. After I was done at Big Lots, headed across the street to the GameStop where I picked myself up 4 UMDs, all for $1.99 a piece, and the first one was The Legend of Zorro. This here is a title that I do already own on DVD. However, it's a movie I've not yet got around to watching, so I'm definitely going to have to sit down and watch either my DVD or my UMD copy, but for $1.99, had to pick it up. The next title I picked up was Hitch. Once again, another title that I do already own on DVD, but for $1.99, had to get it and add it to my UMD collection as well. Then I grabbed the director's cut of Steamboy. Once again, a title that I do already have on DVD, but once again, a title I have yet to watch. So now that I have it on 2 formats, definitely going to sit down and check it out. And the last UMD I picked up was Appleseed. Now this is a title that I do not own on any other formats. I do have the sequel on DVD, but I do not have the original film yet, so I definitely had to pick this up, especially for only $1.99. That was a great deal, and I can't wait to sit down and check this out. So that's it for what I bought today, so now on to what I watched, and today I decided to sit down and check out my Laserdisc copy of The Mask of Zorro. And believe it or not, even though I've owned Mask of Zorro and Legend of Zorro on DVD for many years now, I've never got around to watching them. So I figured it was about time I finally sit down, check the movies out, obviously starting off with the first one, and I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a fun popcorn movie, not much more than that, just a decent popcorn action film. The acting was pretty decent, the action was a lot of fun, the story was pretty good as well. Nothing groundbreaking, not some big, great blockbuster of a movie, but something definitely worth checking out if you are into action popcorn movies. I really didn't have too much wrong with the movie because it is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to sit down and criticize this movie since it is just a popcorn movie, but it was fun. Though I did have 2 issues with it, 2 things that just sort of bugged me. The first part is, and if you can explain this to me, let me know. In the very beginning of the movie, Antonio Banderas, his brother, and this other guy they're working with, they decide that they're going to stage this, they're basically robbing some people, and they're going to do this whole stage act to do it. They have Antonio Banderas and his brother supposed to be, well, they are outlaws, and this guy's supposed to be bringing them in for the reward, and of course, at the last minute, they all gang up and they steal these people's money. But what bugs me is, the whole act is, again, Antonio Banderas and his brother are the fugitives who are caught, and this guy's bringing them in. So, of course, he has them, you know, roped up, and he's dragging them on the horse and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, they're making it look realistic. But when the movie first starts out, they show Antonio Banderas and his brother being drugged and you know, being pulled and falling, and the guy on the horse is laughing, and he drinks some water and then throws them the jug, and there's no water in it, and he's making fun of them. And you really think to yourself, oh, he's actually captured these guys, he's going to turn them in for a reward. You're not realizing that, you know, this is all set up. So once they get there to the town, and they hand Antonio Banderas and his brother in, and then they hold the guys up, it really makes the beginning of the movie make no sense. I don't understand why he was dragging them and throwing them on the ground and teasing them with water when it was just the 3 of them. It's not like there was anybody around to see this. It's not like they were trying to stage something in front of people. It's not like they were trying to make people believe anything. Literally, there was nobody around until they finally got to the town, in which case, once they got to the town, yeah, obviously then you would start to try to trick people into believing that you've actually captured these 2. But beforehand, it makes no sense. Why would they be tied up? Why would he be teasing them? It really made no sense. So the entire opening of the film, I guess the first like minute or two of the film, really made no sense once you found out what was going on. That bugged me. I just had a hard time forgetting about that. The entire movie, I was thinking back to that and how much that made no sense. And the other part of the movie that kind of bothered me, and this is really cheesy, and again, for a popcorn action film, I can't really be too upset. They do things like this in movies all the time, but at the end of the movie, when they're blowing up the gold mine, every time there's a big explosion of fire, it makes like a panther roar. What? A panther roar? Why? Why would fire make a panther roar? Makes no sense. When I first heard that, I actually thought to myself, wait, did I really hear that? Like, maybe I was just imagining things. Another explosion, another panther roar, and finally at the end, one more big giant explosion, and of course, another panther roar. It boggles my mind. I have no idea who was the genius who thought that one up. A panther roar during an explosion, especially in that movie like Mask of Zorro. Maybe it was a movie that was like that took place in like the Amazon jungle or something like that. I'd kind of like let it slide, but in the Mask of Zorro, it takes place in California. It really made no sense. I didn't get that. It's just really weird. I don't even know what to say about it. It just completely boggled my mind why there'd be a panther roar during a big fire explosion, especially 3 times. Makes no sense to me. But regardless of all that, those are just 2 things I wanted to point out, 2 little nitpicks I wanted to say. Besides that, it's a fun movie. Again, it's nothing spectacular. It is more or less mediocre. But it is a fun popcorn action movie. And if you're into popcorn action movies, it is certainly one to check out. So that's it for what I bought and what I watched today. Definitely excited about picking up all the titles I got today, especially those UMDs. Love adding UMDs to the collection. And also watching Mask of Zorro, I enjoyed it. Thought it was a fun popcorn action movie. Nothing much more than that. But it was enjoyable. And I would say check it out if you like popcorn action films. So that's it. Thanks for watching. And stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya. So I figured tonight I was finally going to sit down and start watching the titles. And of course, since I have it on Laserdisc, I had to watch Mask of Zorro on Laserdisc. Why would I watch a DVD when I have a Laserdisc? You know, fuck, I see Laserdisc like 20 times.